Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Is that sounding alright right there? Alright, cool. Looks like we got audio. I don't know what this audio sounds like. It may be distorted, may not be. But the beauty of Linux is that I can connect whatever I want to whatever I want. Okay, so this video is for friend hams, and they're in. We're gonna talk a little bit about VE. What is it? Tower coverage, and how to look up your tower coverage and figure out your tower coverage. And we're looking at ve2dbe.com. What this will do is it'll give you a beautiful screenshot, or it'll give you to show you your tower coverage. And it's a little tricky to get to work, and that's okay. But anyway, my call sign is KG4NWE, or if you're a GMRS user, my call is WRMH299. But you could just call me Ross. That'll be great. Anyway, my video. Let's see if we can see me real quick. Let's add me in here. Let's see what I'm looking like right now. How do we do that? Camera source. Is that it? Boom, there I am. Hi, you guys. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna get her done here, and we're gonna go through this real quick. And I'm in the room. The room still needs a lot of work, so we're not gonna be looking at my room. Anyways, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get rid of that. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. So towercoverage.com will give you a overview. It's not 100% accurate. It's not super duper I mean, it is the best that I can find, but it just shows you basically, you know, using the terrain, and it gives you you put in the location, and you use the terrain, and it figures all that out, and it can show you sort of where your signal will work and where it will not work. Your RF propagation. It uses this paid site, and this is an expensive site. It's mainly for big wigs, big repeater owners, cellular coverage companies, stuff like that, and just random people. But you can do one map for free on here. Okay. Well, what Radio Mobile Online does is it has sort of an account, and I don't know how they worked it all out, but we're basically using the back end of that server. So what we're gonna do is log in. Now, if you don't have a login, which you probably don't right now, you would go to create a new account over here. Create a new account. Create a new account, okay? And then it will take you to a single page that says enter your email. Then you put in your email. Then it'll take you to another page and it'll say enter your email again. Put in your email. And then it'll take you to another page and it'll tell you to do something. And then you do that. And then you go to your email, you confirm it, just like anything else in the world. It'll give you a temporary password, which is super long. You plug that in, and then it'll pop up, and you can change your information, you know, your password and stuff like that. Then you get to here. Oh wait, there it is. There's my email if anybody needs it. And then you go in here and you can change your password right there. Okay? And then you return to main menu, and this is where we're at. Okay. So now, if you haven't done this, then you won't have any sites. So what we do is go to New Site, and it brings you up here. Then you're going to take this and you're going to put it on top of your site. It's very simple, easy peasy. I'm gonna put it right on top of my house. It's about right there ish. We'll see, somewhere around in there. Bang, and it tells you at the bottom the longitude and the latitude and whatnot. Now you also need to know the you're also going to need to know the height, ground level above sea level height. This knows it's 135, but mine is actually, according to Google Maps, my elevation is like 139 meters or something like that. But for all purposes, you can change that here if you want, right there, okay? Or you could leave it like you want, like it is. New site, I'm gonna put home repeater, because that's what we're doing here. Actually, it's not a repeater. Home UHF link. Alright, so now I got my site. Okay, we're gonna submit that. Oh, we already submitted it. Alright, so anyway, we're gonna cancel because we already submitted it. So now we got our sites, my sites, and then this will pop up with the site that you have right there. But if right here, you get your different sites. Okay, but we haven't done that yet. Hold on. Return to main menu. Okay, so we got a new site. So we're gonna need to do a new coverage after this. Okay, so we're gonna click on coverage. We're gonna select, I'm not sure what is going on here. New site. I'm not sure where my site went. Maybe I didn't save it. Not sure. Let's delete all sites. Let's just do that. We'll start over here. Alright, new site. We're gonna go there. We're gonna drag this little box over to my house. And don't come steal my stuff, because if you feel like I'm actually putting you right on top of my house, or maybe a site, you never know, so don't come in trying to steal my junk. New site 1, we'll just call it home link. Add to my sites. Alright, now new coverage. Okay, so you do your site first, and then you would click new coverage. We got home link there. Now this is where you would enter your site information. Antenna height above ground it's in meters, but it does show you over here the feet. Okay, if you only know that, they've been so kind as to include that. So mine's gonna be about 60 feet. So we're just gonna actually just start plugging in. So there's 65 for 20. So we're just gonna start plugging in and guessing meters. 1859. Okay, that's close enough because it's 60 feet. 18 meters is 5906. That is close enough for me. This is not super technical. We're just trying to get an idea of the terrain and how our coverage is going to work. We got Omni, Ellipse, Cardio, Yagi. We're going with Omni. And you can, if your antenna is pointed in a certain direction or is tilted to one side or whatever, you can enter that stuff there if it's critical to you. I don't believe that it is for what most of us are going to do. But then you take your antenna gain, minus 9 dB. And then the next section here is we're going after mobile antenna height. Okay. So, and this is the antennas that you want yours to communicate with. So the mobile cars, people walking, holding the radio or whatever. If most of your people are going to be like walking around and on foot, then maybe you want this to be about 1.5 meters. You know, it would be about eye level, or you know, right now it's at 6.5 feet. That's basically the top at most vehicles. And when we're doing the antenna height and the mobile antenna height and those heights, we're really talking about the middle of the antenna. So just, I'm not saying it's super critical, but that's what we're doing here. Here's a description. For description, I'm gonna put I don't know, we'll call it GMRS link. Okay. Frequency. Alright, now here's the fun part. For the GMRS users, 462 is not an option. I'll show you what happens when you do this. We're gonna go ahead and submit it just like it is. With the 462 frequency, you have to, here's your frequencies you have to choose from. Okay. It's designed for amateurs. I'm sorry. But 462, you see here at the bottom? See? See? So you can't just put 462, okay? Let's do oh my goodness, sorry. Let's do, because our repeater will be transmitting on 462 675 725. Alright, we'll do that. Alright, so just keep that in mind. If you get some errors, it should tell you. Now your power in watts, or if you know the dBm, if you've used the signal generator, so the power in watts is the power out. The power out of your duplexer, okay? Mine's about 18 watts. Total line loss. We need to know the loss of the coax. You can look that up. There's charts, you can look it up, and it depends on frequencies. It depends on the coax. It depends on a lot of things. But I'm just using some LMR 400. And it's really old, so I'm gonna put 3 dB for my 100-foot section of LMR 400. Okay, I have 100 feet of LMR 400. It's really old, it's really dingy, so we're gonna use 3 dB because I think it's more like a half to 1 dB. But I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and use the, say it's worse than it is, just for the sake of this. But if you want to be accurate, you be accurate. Receiver line loss. Now, this there you have that technical stuff if you want. RX threshold, if you want that technicality stuff, you can have it. I'm gonna leave these as they are. Required readability, that's the percent of signal you want the users to be able to hear. Like that's so if you want it to be 100% and you only want your coverage map to show you 100% readability, then you'd put 100, 70%, 50%. If you want to know like where you can make it noise and you can hear static, then you can go down a little bit more. I'm gonna use 80 because that's what I want to do. Strong signal margin. Now this is talking about your map. Your strong signal. You want your strong signals and your weak signals to be, you know, and if I would leave it like it is if you don't know, and see what you get, because you can come back and change these. Okay. Strong signal margin, your strong signal color, your weak signal color, your opacity, and this is all talking about your map. And your rendering is low resolution fast. Now you can change this to very high resolution, but again, we're plugging in numbers out of our head for the most part, so fast low resolution is all we really need. That's just leave that there, because it'll take a long time to render the map if you don't. I'm gonna submit this. And this is what happens. Oh no, frequency not allowed. So 4677125 is the max I can put there. Okay, so we're gonna put 7125. Okay. Where's my Alright. There. Now this is what happens if you did everything right. It's going to go across and it's going to make you a pretty little map. And I'm very curious. And every time I've done this so far, it has shown me a map that was way better than reality. So, but just don't say, "Oh my God, this is the best. The signal's going to be great." Be careful, because you're plugging in the information, and if you overzealous yourself, you might get it like it's going to be 80-mile range, and it's really only about 20. So one thing you have to do after you get this map is go to some of these spots and see how accurate it actually is. Okay, so here we are, and over here there's some mountain range, there's some ranges and stuff like that. This pretty much shows the area of mine, and I can tell you that is not accurate. That is not accurate. So what I'm going to do, that is way better than it actually is. So what we're going to do is down here at the bottom, we're going to click modify this coverage. And if you have something up already, then you kind of know what I'm going to put 100% readability. Illegal parameter. Okay. Do 90% readability. I'm gonna see what 90% readability looks like, because I've noticed that this tower coverage software will it'll tell you it's better than it actually is in reality, and that's probably because of the information that I put in may not be accurate or something like that. So, and it's using their server to render this. All right, there's that. Now you can modify the coverage. You can actually, if it doesn't look right to you, you can add loss to the coax. 10 dB, which is probably more like me. I'm probably more like 15 dB loss. Okay, let's see what that looks like. And you'd be surprised how much loss you have in connectors, hardline coax, connections, the duplexer, and all of that. So you'd be surprised how much power you actually lose. 99%. This is really cool, though. You gotta admit, this is really cool. Okay, yeah, that looks more like what actually I have going on here. Now, wait a minute. That's not true. I know where I messed up, because I entered information as 60 feet, and my antenna right now is currently at 20 feet. So, but you see, you can modify some things and see and get to what you know what it is close to, and then you can see the other areas that you're not so sure about. This is what mine is at 20 feet. Let me go back and change that real quick. But that's what mine looks like right now. So we're gonna change this back to 3 dB, lose 6 dB, and then but we're gonna put my antenna height down to what it actually is, which is 6 meters. Okay. Right. All right. Submit that. Yeah. So you have to be careful. You have to plan. You have to know a little bit of stuff. And if you're putting together a repeater or you have antennas and stuff like that, you probably already know these things. Now the only other thing that I want to show is how to get a copy of that and take it to, send it to people or whatever. Alright, yeah, that's me right there. Yeah, that's me right there. That's what mine actually is right now. It's not very big. It covers about 2 miles solid. But it's 20 feet, and it's, you know, GMRS. The VHF and low band stuff, you could travel. The signal travels a lot farther, but you know, we're talking GMRS here, and so this is what we got. And my antenna is actually 11 dB gain too, so we should plug that in. But to get a rough idea, for instance, if we were over here, somewhere in Asheville, Greenville, Newport, Johnson City, over in the mountains or a really hilly terrain, we would want to. You would see very clearly that on one side of the mountain you get signal, on the other side you don't, and those are areas that you might want to know about. Dead spots, gullies, stuff like that. You can see here clearly that if I go as I'm traveling up Highway 321 here, there's a spot right here. There's a spot right here where this is downhill, this is downhill, this is downhill, and this is downhill, and that's a big hole right here because it goes to, there's the water. See the water? And I know that spot is not very good. And also on the other side of town here, going around that bypass, that's a dead spot. So these are just things that are really cool to know. And maybe later I'll render it a high definition rendering, and yeah, okay. But there's no options here really to make a copy of it, right? Take a screenshot. There's a key on your keyboard for that. Insert print screen. But take a screenshot. However you want to do it, take a screenshot. If you want, you can take this link up here, grab that link, and go to your phone and log in on your phone and get to your map and view your map, and then you got it. So, but there it is. And then, you know, it's a little more aggravating, but we're not paying for this. Remember that. If we're paid, you can make maps, you can send maps, you can do all kind of cool stuff with the paid software. That's not what we're doing. We're doing this for free. Okay, so that's how I do it. I just dropped my mouse. But anyway, there's that. And I hope that this helps. I hope that you play with it. I hope that it does what you want it to do. And if you have any questions or anything like that, I'd be glad to try to help. My email is rossbrawley@gmail.com.